call a town meeting and get all the information together that we are all simultaneously learning. And we need Ethan there. We need to be listening to that little boy. Everybody just on my nerves. I need us to get information, spreading. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be recapping episode 1 of the season 2 premiere of the series this was an epic series, which is now MGM Plus. If you are not familiar with this series, where are you? What are you doing with your life? No, but if you're not familiar with this series, make sure you go back and watch my recap of season 1 so that you are all caught up. And if you are already caught up, then let's get into this, y'all. I am so excited, and I'm excited and I'm annoyed and I'm frustrated all at the same damn time because obviously we are dealing with a mystery. And if you are not familiar, From is a series, supernatural town where once you come, you can never leave. And we pretty much have a lot of mysteries and questions that were presented in season 1. But the overall arching mystery is, how the hell do we get out of this town, child? It's very reminiscent of that series that used to come on back in the day. I think it was on Fox, Wayward Pines. We ended up in a small town that was supernatural. So it's kind of along those lines, if you are familiar with that. It's kind of mystery, horror elements type of TV series. And y'all, okay, so season 2 literally picks up right where we left off at. When we concluded the season finale of season 1, we had Jade and Jim trying to come together and build this radio tower so that they could call out for help, right? Which, my thing with how they are trying to solve getting out of here, they are trying to be way too logical, in my opinion. Particularly Jim. He loves to say something doesn't make sense. Nothing about this makes sense. I feel like we are in an illogical situation, so we are likely going to have to find an illogical solution on how to get out. AKA, we're in a supernatural situation and we'll likely have to find a supernatural way to get out. Everything just seems too logical for how they are trying to go about things right now. For one, let's say this radio tower worked and we could get in contact with someone, because Jim is like SOS, SOS. And when someone answers, he's like, oh, thank God. What will you tell them? Can you give them a location? Can you tell them where you are? Like, what would be the point of reaching anyone, even if we could? Which, of course, we can't. And, of course, when that concludes, we have a storm that starts to come in to rain down. We have these electronics and the tower and antenna and everything. We try to rush into community house. The voice on the phone, which is, of course, supernatural, because we're like in the supernatural realm, bubble, whatever, already knows Jim's name. Duh, Jim. And it's like, your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, because if you remember, Jim's wife, what was his wife's name? Was it Tabitha or no, Julia's the daughter, Tabitha. Jim's wife, Tabitha, wanted to know where the wires go, because we have electricity, but there are no, it doesn't make sense how the electricity works. So Tabitha wanted to start digging this hole in their basement so that she could see where the wires lead, which for me, writing the questions on the wall made a lot more sense than digging this damn hole, child. But hey, that's just me. So we have that whole situation. Jim runs over to his house. He asks Donna to watch his kids. Now, the situation, we have so much going on in this first episode. First of all, we have the situation at Colony House where we had the antennas up. We were trying to do this whole thing with the electricity. Rain started. Now that the rain has started, the electricity is popping, glass is shattering, windows getting busted. And we have this one girl who, this is our first time seeing this character. She gets glass in her eye, and she's like, I think there's something in my eye. Yeah, babe, there's something in your eye, girl. And we have the young lady who plays like our town doctor, town nurse, over to help her. And I actually like her character. Character look pretty cool with the eye patch, giving me, Slick Rick vibes. But we got Donna running through the house like, yo, we need to get these windows boarded up, get the kids, over. She trying to get everything situated because, of course, she runs Colony House while Boyd runs the town. Now, this is going on at Colony House. It's a wreck. It's a mess. But let's put a little pin in that. We also saw at the ending of the series finale a freaking bus pull into town right outside the diner. Now, I was initially extremely annoyed and aggravated that they had this bus come in because I ain't feel like dealing with a whole new group of people. I was like, man, we got enough going on. We don't have time. Like, this is more than just a car. This is a bus of a ton. Who gonna listen to us? They are going to mess up our safety. You know what I mean? Once it hits nighttime. So I was just like, we don't have time for this. And as well, I did not want the writers to just introduce like the a-hole character, the annoying, aggravating character. I just was like, I don't have time for new characters. I already can't stand Jim, Tabitha, and Julie. I don't need another slew of characters coming in getting on my last goddamn nerves. And we get the introduction of this bus, which actually I like the way it is playing out so far with this bus. Not an aggravating or annoying or a-hole character just yet. So far, it's just, it's an array of characters, but we don't have anyone that's like, oh God, why do they have to throw this a-hole in here? Now, with the introduction of the bus, we have this black kid on the bus named Elgin, and y'all know that strange radio in the diner that just plays on its own. It just so happens to be playing the exact same song that Elgin on the bus is listening to on his headphones. And of course, those songs always mean something to someone. It connects to something. Elgin is on the bus. He's asleep. He wakes up. He recognizes where they are. Now, my theory was that everyone on this bus was going to just so happen to be connected to someone in town. That's what I initially thought, because the young lady who gets the glass in her eye, she goes up to Jade. She's like, do you think, we made something angry? So that was my initial thought was, oh, y'all niggas trying to escape? Okay, I'm about to do something. So I was thinking, I'm stuck in this town, but at least my loved ones are safe. Like the people that aren't there, like the young lady who has her fiance somewhere out there. Donna just so happened to be there with her sister, but I'm sure there are people who have family, friends, etc. that they love. At least they're not in danger. So I was thinking, oh shoot, we about to round up y'all loved ones. So when Elgin first wakes up and gets shook, we have Tom, the bartender, standing outside. I'm thinking Elgin recognized Tom, and I was like, I knew it. All them gonna be related. No, he didn't recognize Tom. He is connected to this place somehow. We have yet another mystery, and that's why I say I'm excited. I'm frustrated. We just keep getting introductions of question after question after question with not one answer, and that is frustrating me. I want some kind of payoff. Obviously, we have a whole story to tell. They're not going to give us the answer or anything right off the bat, but give me something. Answer something. It just keep introducing question after question. So Elgin is connected some shape, way, form, whatever. And he's like, we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be in this town. He starts freaking out. And we have another character on the bus, which I was immediately annoyed because I thought he was going to be our stereotypical just jerk for no reason character. He gets upset. He's telling the guy to sit down. Elgin throws up all over him. So the bus is forced to stop. Everyone gets off. We're trying to clean up the mess on the bus. The bus driver is. And then we have another young lady who is a pediatric physician that's helping Elgin because he, is sick and he's freaking out. Now, we got this situation going on. Back at Colony House, Jade is trying to gather everything up, running the house. That's when he sees the bus. Like, oh, shoot. And he runs in. And he's like, Donna, there's a bus. So Donna grabs up a few people. She gets the shotguns, baby. Now, Donna, I love Donna. That is one of my favorites. Donna, Boyd, Victor, Ethan, Tom. I just like Tom. But those are my faves. Those are my fave characters. Now, let's put a pin in that. Like I said, we got a lot going on. Now, remember what we left off at when the series finales ended. We had Tabitha. Y'all, let me look at my notes and make sure I keep these names right. Yes, Tabitha. Tabitha was digging her hole. She got down underneath the ground in these tunnels, which is where Victor is. Now, remember, the last time we saw Victor was when the stupid idiot at Colony House let one of the ghosts in, and Victor was able to get him and Julie out of the house, and they go into a faraway tree. Now, remember, every person that goes into the faraway tree, we all end up somewhere else. So Julie went to the faraway tree and she ended up in one place, got back to her family. And when Victor went into the faraway tree, he went to a completely different place, which was unknown to us as the audience until now. He tells Tabitha that the little boy in white told him to stay down there and wait for her to lead her out. Let me tell you, child. How has Victor been able to survive basically his whole life in this motherfucking town? And it irks my nerves that we don't motherfucking talk to Victor. He been here the longest. I would think some type of answer's gonna lie with him, some type of information. Victor has survived here without those talismans pretty much his whole life. From childhood to what? Victor gotta be in his 40s. Then Victor survives. Down in these tunnels, he tells Tabitha, this is where they sleep. This is where the monsters are. Remember, we thought the monsters come from the forest, right? And come into town at night to try and kill us. Now we find out they are actually living underground in these tunnel, crypt-like area. So you mean to tell me Victor ass done survived? How long it's been? I have a hard time keeping up with the days and the time on this series, but it's at least, I want to say, been a few nights from the night that we got attacked at Colony House to now when we're doing the radio tower. How long has it been? But he has been able to survive down here where they sleep, the monsters. He tells us the little boy in white told him where to hide. And when I tell y'all, I would be just fine if Tabitha ass get killed off, if Jim ass get killed off, and if Julie ass get killed off. Y'all, they get on my nerves so bad. Victor is telling Tabitha, we gotta stay quiet. This is where they sleep. He trying to get them out of there. Who sleep? What's going on? Tell me what's happening. Bitch, if you don't shut up. Like, y'all, it was frustrating me so bad. I was like, Victor, leave her to die. Let her die. Let her go, man. Let her go. Just let her die. Like, it was frustrating the heck out of me. Stop asking questions. You want me to answer questions, or you want me to get us up out of here? Now, with everything happening underground, we see the monsters and they look so creepy, messed up. They don't look as pristine as they look when we see them up above, but I'm going to presume they look pristine and clean and like human beings, flesh and blood humans up above. Down here they look like they decaying, and I want to say they look so pristine up above because that's part of the rules. Obviously, if I'm trying to get you to let me in, I'm not gonna look like a monster. Like, this is part of the role to lure you, so I think that's why they look more pristine up above. I think that's just a part of the whole manipulation. But we also see just random things. Granddaddy clock, I think that's what those clocks are called, granddaddy clock. We saw a suitcase, which Tabitha annoyed me. She stopped, looked at the suitcase, opened it. So unless this is a suitcase that is familiar to you, why the hell are we stopping looking at this? Because I could see if this was something like the bracelet that she found, like, oh, what the hell is my suitcase doing here from 19 whatever? Because that bracelet that they found was from years ago when their daughter was born. So unless this suitcase is familiar to you, can we just keep going? I was so sick of him telling her we got to go. We got to be quiet. We can't. It was getting on my nerve. Now, all of a sudden, though, Victor ends up being the one shook. He kept seeing dead bodies and different things, and he saw this, what are those things called? The dummies, the ventriloquist doll. Yeah, what them dummies called? He sees that, which is actually, we're going to go back to that because someone else sees that doll, and he starts getting real shook. Now, I'm going to presume, remember we know that There's only been one time prior to Jim's family and Jade and them coming where there has been 2 cars, right? And it ended up being a huge massacre after that, which Victor survives. Why the hell was Victor the only person to survive the massacre? I need us to call a town meeting and get all the information together that we are all simultaneously learning. And we need Ethan there. We need to be listening to that little boy. Everybody just on my nerves. I need us to get information, spreading. But Victor was the only person to survive that massacre. So I feel like there's something he was seeing in this instance that was, taking him back to something with his childhood. And I'm just saying something because right now it's just all speculation because like I said, the show has not given us any kind of answers whatsoever. And he ends up, kind of balling up in fear. And Tabitha is telling him, we got to go, we got to get out. And the creatures start waking up, child, and we hear them screeching and screaming as Tabitha and Victor are getting out of there. And finally, they get out of the tunnels, and she's asking Victor, which way do we go? And Victor is leading them off. That's the last we see of Victor and Tabitha. They are currently in the woods, but we still are not safe because remember, it's about to be nighttime. The sun is starting to go down, so they need to get inside before it gets nightfall. So they're out in the woods. I'm not sure how deep in the woods, how far we are from the town and from being safe. Now, if we go back to the situation at Colony House with Jade, he is sitting down and he starts seeing things, hallucinating, visions, whatever you want to call it. It's a bloody symbol on the wall, and it's that same ventriloquist dummy doll that he sees. It like yells at him. He yells at it right back, child. It reminded me of Brendan Fraser in The Mummy when the mummy yells at him and then Brendan Fraser does it right back. But I feel like there's something with this as well. Why is Jay the only person that hallucinates and sees stuff in the daytime? Because remember, he has been seeing things. For instance, when him and Jim went to go climb that tree and he saw the soldier and the people hanging and the blood, he keeps having visions and seeing things. And of course the little boy keeps telling us there's a quest and everyone has a little part to play, but I need all this stuff to start coming together in some way. Like, give me something. So it has to be something up with Jade and these visions that he keeps seeing. And Jade wants to contact Victor because remember, Jade gets the book. What is the deputy's name? Y'all, it's a lot of names, child. Kenny. I'm not good with names. Kenny. I had to look down in my notes. Kenny's mom gives Jade this book last season. He opens the book, finds a picture of this guy holding this book. Behind him is child Victor, and we recognize that as Victor because the kid is holding Victor's lunchbox. So he's talking to Ethan, which I love Jade. The interaction with Jade and Ethan on the front porch and in Victor's room was really, really good. Very hilarious. Now, Jade is talking to Ethan, trying to explain to him why he's in his room, about the symbol, about Victor is in his picture, so he knows the guy who had the book. The book has the symbols in it, was like drawn 1,100,000 times in this book. Same symbol that Jade is seeing. So Victor may know what the symbol means. And this is when Ethan, and I feel like outside of Victor, Ethan is the first person to really listen to what this little boy is saying. Ethan is telling him about the quest. He started telling him about the Krama Knuckle. He didn't really listen to that part. But he starts telling Ethan about the quest, how everyone, including Ethan, has a part to play, and that symbols are important in a quest, but you have to be careful because we have to figure out if there are good symbols or bad symbols, and that bad symbols can make us do bad things. Now, I'm trying to figure out is Ethan going to be the new Victor? Is everybody gonna die and Ethan be the last man standing like Victor was? because we still have a massacre that's supposed to happen, right? Remember when Victor taught us about when cars came before, and we flashed back to Victor as a kid with the massacre, and remember Victor was freaking the people out at Colony House because he was digging graves, and he said, I just wanted to get a head start this time. So I'm feeling like we still got a massacre that's supposed to be coming. But now, also, we picked up where we left off when it comes to Boyd and Sarah. Remember, we were out deep in the woods. Sarah was trying to get us to safety. She said, we'll be safe in this tree. Boyd goes into the tree, but remember, the faraway tree sent everyone somewhere else. So Sarah presumably went somewhere else. We don't know where Sarah went, and that's my only gripe for this episode. I get it. There was a lot going on in this episode, a lot of story that they had to give us. I wish we could have at least gotten a flash of Sarah to at least like see where Sarah ended up, even if they don't really give us much of that part of the story. I would have liked to just at least see where she was, because remember how Ellis reacted when he first saw her with his dad. Like, if she pop up in town without Boyd to explain, it ain't gonna be good. But I'm just wondering, what the hell is Sarah? Now, we see Boyd. Remember when it ended, we saw him in like this, I thought it was like a chimney. I just saw like stone walls, but he's in a well, and he hears a voice asking like, are you real? And he's like, what, this shoot, are you real? But the voice tells him to climb out. Boyd is like, I just tried to do that. Of course, he slipped and fell. So the voice is like, hold on, and he throws a rope down. Boyd starts to climb the rope. He suddenly sees a vision of his son talking to him, but he continues to climb up the rope. He gets out. Of course, he on guard. He pulls out his gun, and that's when we see this man chained up to the wall, look like he's starving to death because he is so he's skin and bones. And he tells Boyd, is that a gun? Good, you're going to need it. I need you to kill me. I'm trying to figure out, where the hell is Boyd? I hope it's a talisman somewhere in this place because it's finna get dark. And also, who is this guy? Where are we in correlation to town? Is this the lighthouse? But Boyd was in a well, so I don't see how we could be in the lighthouse. I don't know. I'm not clear on where we are. But also, how did the rope get thrown down to Boyd when the guy talking and helping him is chained up? I don't know. And instead of saying, release me, do you have food? I need to get water. He says, kill me. Why kill me? But that's the situation that's going on there with Boyd. I'm honestly, this was a really good episode. I was really into it, but I'm ready for us to all be together at town, because us having to follow all these stories and everybody's in different places, I don't know. It's kind of annoying me because we can only get bits and pieces. Particularly, like I said, we didn't get any of Sarah. We only got a small bit of Boyd. We didn't really get much. Now, we also have Jim, who ran to the house to try and, go help his wife. He finds that it has collapsed, and he's trying to get the debris up to get to his wife. Now, we jump back to the people on the bus. Everyone got off the bus except Elgin, the pediatric lady that's helping him, and the bus driver because she's cleaning up vomit. And Elgin, like I said, is somehow connected to this place. And I love when a girl is like, follow my finger, and ask him questions, and she's like, do you know where you are? And Elgin is like, well, bitch, do you know where you are? And just at, okay, so Kenny, Tom, they come over where the people are at the bus. They let them in the diner to make tea and say, we'll get y'all settled. But the bus driver just gone on, well, this ain't no pit stop. We just about to clean up and get back on the road. And Tom goes to the house. Remember, Julie ran to the house, trying to figure out what's going on with her dad, as well as Ellis, who ran after her. Donna sent him after Julie. And the dad is talking to Julie. She was frustrating me in this scene. Like, girl, run, go get help. Why are you frozen. Go do something. You wanted to be grown. You ain't want to stay with your family in this house. You wanted to go to college in the house and rip and run off, even though y'all are in a dangerous, strange, supernatural town. But anyway, so she runs off to go get help, and they end up getting a few volunteers from the bus passengers to come. One was the guy who I said I thought was going to be the jerk guy, until he volunteered to help, go help Jim's wife, who was buried under some rubble in the house. And Jim is very upset, and the guy from the bus who I thought would be a jerk was like, hey, trying to soothe them, calm them down. We're here to help. So I was like, okay, good. He's not going to be the stereotypical just a-hole for no reason character. But Tom is confused, like, well, if your wife was digging, what the hell happened to the roof? And as we're trying to get everything up, the whole house starts to collapse. And this pissed me off. The house is about to collapse. Tom is telling Jim, we need to get out of here. Jim is like, I'm not leaving. Jim, this is so stupid. First of all, you still got 2 kids to take care of. Second of all, why are you saying I'm not leaving when the house is collapsing? What are you going to do to help your wife under the collapsed house? That made no sense. It was pissing me off so bad. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if Tom died because of Jim and his wife ass, I'm gonna be so pissed off. I'm gonna be so pissed off. And Tom better not die. Now, sometimes with these shows, like the earlier seasons of Walking Dead, anytime they introduce a black character, they end up killing off a black character. So if they kill off Tom because we don't introduce Elgin, I'm gonna be pissed. Or shoot, they might kill off Ellis, child. I don't know, because we still got some dangers that's about to come. So that collapsed. Now, the bus driver is like, yo, we need to get the heck up out of here. Everybody get on the bus, right? And people have gone over to try and help get the debris up because the whole house has collapsed. And she's like, yo, emergency services to do this. Y'all, let's go. Now, y'all, let me know in the comments what y'all would do and what y'all think. Because the bus driver want to get on the bus and she want to tell the people she want to leave. It is about to be nightfall. Y'all know it's not safe at dark. That's when the monsters come. And you need to be inside a house or RV with that talisman. Now, Donna went to talk to the bus driver. Bus driver don't believe her. Of course she don't. Why would she? Donna is focused on trying to get the bus driver and all the passengers to get inside the diner because it's finna be dark so they could be safe. Me personally, these people screwed. Like, I can't, what am I Yo, nobody is going to believe us. Nobody is going to listen to you, especially because I feel like it's already hard to believe in general, but they need to experience trying to drive out of town. When Jim and his family first come, and he in the RV, and Donna is talking to Tabitha, and Tabitha don't believe anything that Donna is saying, and Donna says to her, how many hours did you spend driving along that same road? Like, I feel like to aid in you believing what's going on, you need that experience of trying to drive on that road and going nowhere. So I wouldn't stop the people on the bus. Y'all, am I wrong? Y'all, look, because I'm not it's going to put everybody else in danger, because we need people that know what's going on, so you don't let the monsters in. If we are inside with other people, we need people that know what's going on, take it seriously, and don't let the monsters in, because it's not just being inside and being safe. It's not opening windows and doors to let them in. I cannot risk my and everybody else in town's safety for these people on the bus. I'm sorry. Y'all came at a bad time. Y'all screwed. I don't know what to tell you. Before boy found them talisman, when Donna and her sister came, it wasn't nobody to help and force them inside nowhere. They had to just run high, figure the ish out. And I'm sorry, that's what y'all gonna have to do on the bus. Y'all got to run high, figure the ish out. They will not listen, and they weren't listening. And I don't even blame the bus driver for how she was reacting. Why would anybody believe you when you say it's monsters? Now see me, my black ass. This is me. If folks is scared, I'm gonna be scared, because they obviously scared of something. If I hit a town that I ain't never seen, heard of, been in a day of my life, and people is telling me it ain't safe after dark, get your ass in the diner so you can be safe, I'm getting my black ass in the diner so I can be safe. Well, that's just me. But it is very reasonable that the bus driver ain't listening to this lady, nor the other people. Even the guy that went to go help Jim and his wife, he was like, are we supposed to be believing? Y'all listening to this? No one would believe you. I'm sorry, Donna. Let her go. What Scarface said, let her go, man, let her go. But y'all, am I wrong? Because obviously people are going to get killed. But doing it Donna's way, people are going to get killed too. Donna takes a shotgun, shoots the tire out. Kenny shoots up in the air. I keep wanting to call Kenny Danny. Who is Danny? Kenny shoots up in the air. And guess what people do? They don't just run in the diner. They just run off down the road. We still taking a chance of people getting killed. So then Fatima goes running after them, and of course her boyfriend Ellis go running after her because she's like, they're not safe out here. We can't just leave them. Yes, the hell we can. Like, y'all who came after them talisman was found. Y'all got a bit of privilege. When Donna and all them first came and the priest, it wasn't no talisman, wasn't nobody to carry us in and hold our hand and explain everything very nice. We had to just motherfucking hide and fend for ourselves. And I'm sorry, that's what the people on the bus should have had to do. Because I'm not risking it. They not going to believe us. That you have to see it and experience it for yourself. That's just what I think personally. Now, I don't know if I mentioned when I was talking about Elgin being connected to this place, he falls and has a seizure as Jim's house is collapsing. So he has some type of connection. But like I said, he has a connection. Sarah has a connection to this place. Everybody got this. It's random people with random connections to the place. Ain't none of it adding up or making sense just yet. They just keep throwing in more questions and more mystery. Now, remember when I said I thought that everybody on the bus would be connected to somebody in town? Well, that theory was wrong, but a part of that theory was right, because come to find out, the pediatric nurse and the young lady who plays our town nurse, who Kenny has a crush on, and she likes Kenny as well. Remember, she had a fiance that she said was waiting for her. She hoped was still waiting for her. And come to find out, that was her fiance. And they both see each other and they hug. And of course, Kenny looking heartbroken like, damn, how did this bitch get here? Now, what I'm interested in, I was wondering, how does time move here in correlation to the real world? Because last season when she was talking about her fiance waiting for her, I was like, girl, for all you know, it's been 30 years since you've been gone. Like, I just felt like we have no clue how time is really moving, but I'm going to presume time is moving the exact same, because her fiance and her both look young. So it doesn't look like years and years, has passed out in the real world. So, so the episode ends where it is just about to be nightfall, and we have to leave Jim, Tom, and the other Good Samaritan from the bus under the collapsed house. We take some tarp to cover it up so that hopefully the monsters won't know that they are there. Because remember, we used to just have to hide. So they're Jim is pretty much saying, like, look, if y'all get away from us soon enough, cover us up, maybe the monsters won't know that we are here. This was another moment Julie was getting on my nerve. They was trying to say, the longer you stay here, the more likely the monsters are to know that they're under here. She was just lingering and crying. Like, girl, your dad is still alive. Why aren't you sitting here lingering and crying? Girl, go. Now, like I said, we had passengers run off down the street, as well as Ellis and Fatima. It's just about to be nightfall. We still got Victor and Tabitha running in the woods. We don't know how far they are from town and from safety. So we got a lot that happened just as the damn episode ended. I was like, come on, my man. They could have at least started us off with the first 2 episodes. Like, come on, man. Y'all could at least gave us the first 2 episodes. So, y'all, people is finna die. Because it's finna be night. Folks ran off. But are any of our main characters that we already know from season 1, are any of them going to die? Fatima, Ellis. I'm going to be mad if Ellis died, only because Boyd ran off once and we saw what happened with the wife. So now he run off again and his son end up dead. I'm going to be mad. But we'll see what happens. But I'm sure, y'all, am I wrong? Let me know in the comments, because I feel like them people on the bus would have had to fend for themselves. I would, like, And maybe I would have tried to say something like Donna did, but I'm not forcing y'all. I'm not shooting out the tire because y'all got to just see it for yourself. Like, I would say we'll have a little service, but we ain't even got the priest no more. So I don't know, but y'all would have had to just look, fend for yourself. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you so much for watching this video, for supporting the channel. If you are interested in following along with me for every new episode of this new season, make sure you are subscribed and have your notifications on, and look out for my videos after every new episode. Let me know in the comments, what are your theories and predictions for season 2 of From? Y'all, are they gonna answer any questions at all? Like any? Like, can y'all answer one question? I mean, like one. Can they give us one answer? One. I'm gonna tell you like this. If this ends like how Lost ended, well, we don't get no answers, child, be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad because, like, the show is good. It is very good. But if I don't get a payoff in the end, I'm gonna be heartbroken. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.